I've made videos on the benefits of listening to music in the past, but I've never made one about making music itself. The practice of making music has historically been associated with boosting children's intelligence, but I wanted to look more into this, which is what gave me this idea. I wanted to see what the modern research actually says and to hopefully provide some insight into what making music can do for you, because the historical preconceptions are usually not as nuanced as the actual research, and there's always more to learn. So the idea that making music raises children's IQ came from this 2004 study on music lessons. It found that children who took music lessons for piano or voice ended up with higher IQ scores than those who took drama lessons or no lessons of any kind. But unfortunately, more recent research suggests that this was likely a correlation due to confounding variables. Music making does not reliably increase cognitive abilities. Other studies made similar findings, with any sort of significant correlation between music making and intelligence disappearing once certain confounding variables were controlled for. Some even found that musical aptitude is the better predictor of intelligence, rather than the music making boosting intelligence directly. But then what does making music do for us? So many of us do it. Surely there must be some benefit beyond supposedly making people smarter. Well, a major 2021 review from Frontiers in Psychology found many benefits of making music that are not focused on IQ or boosting intelligence. It found the following. Group singing supported cognitive health and well-being of older adults and those with mental health problems, lung disease, stroke, and dementia through its effects on cognitive functions, mood, and social connections. And it also found that playing a musical instrument was associated with improved cognitive health and well-being in school students, older adults, and people with mild brain injuries via effects on motor, cognitive, and social processes. Unfortunately, this paper does not provide much insight into what qualifies as playing a musical instrument or what counts as group singing or making music. This is important because someone who plays a guitar once every few days and someone who plays piano professionally could both be classified as playing a musical instrument, yet their lives would look totally different. So the connection here is interesting, but it's unclear who qualifies for this connection. Moving on, there are some more well-documented clinical effects of music making. In older adults, making music is associated with a decreased risk of dementia. The study that found this even recommended that older adults should be encouraged to engage in leisure activities, especially playing musical instruments. An even more recent study from the end of 2025 found that in older adults at risk for dementia, playing a musical instrument was associated with increased gray matter density in regions linked with musical training. To put it simply, gray matter is the part of the central nervous system, aka the brain and spinal cord, that is responsible for processing of information, whereas white matter is responsible for transmission of information. So it seems that, at least for older adults, music making can improve cognitive processing, which is great and would explain why it is associated with lower risks of dementia. Another way making music confers benefits is a little more surprising. Music can lower physical pain tolerance through the release of endorphins. A 2012 study found that singing, dancing, and drumming all trigger endorphin release, indexed by an increase in post-activity pain tolerance, in contexts where merely listening to music and low-energy musical activities do not. And they confirmed that it is indeed the endorphin release from making music, not the hearing of the music itself, that actually reduces pain, which means the act of doing it is what actually does the work here. So beyond improving motor coordination, making music does confer several benefits. While it does not necessarily increase your IQ, it does improve brain health, at least in older adults. It can help you tolerate pain, and it can help with mild brain injuries and some mental problems. While these may seem like small or oddly specific benefits, this is just a result of what current research shows about making music. Making music is also often a social bonding activity, and the combination of hearing your own music along with making it could confer even more benefits that we simply don't know about. What's important is, again, not necessarily to think about exactly what physiological benefits music making can give to you, but rather to think about how music making impacts your life. Does it help you tolerate the pain of a rough day? Does it feel like it clears brain fog? Does it relax you? Does it help you engage with friends? Whatever the reason may be, that is what is important, and the research can simply help inform your perception of music making and its role in your life. As always, stay mindful.